What are some maintenance items that you've overlooked that you should really be doing? I'm gonna remove the filter. Look at this.
Oh God.
This one is one we overlooked also until we started having some issues. As you get more complicated in your RV, motorhomes, it's more things to do. We have a very important video, guys. We've talked on quite a few videos about RV maintenance and how important it is. And this video is gonna go further into that, but we're gonna talk about maintenance tips and areas that are often overlooked. You often talk about the roof and the seals. We're not going to talk about that in this video. There are other maintenance points that you really should be doing on your RV. We're going to cover that in this video. Before we start, guys, take a moment, make sure you're subscribed, notification bell's on. A lot of our subscribers have been unknowingly unsubscribed, so go take a minute and check. Also, if you notice the hat I'm wearing, it matches the shirt I'm wearing.
Look at you.
And you can only get this through our merch store. This is the RVing in the USA embroidered. That's not like iron-on. Embroidered hat, high quality, can match your shirt.
Different colors.
Hoodie, all different colors. We just got these, they fit great, they're awesome. We'll put the link below. Let's go to the first part. The first thing is gonna be regarding your water pump. And the reason I overlooked this, I didn't even know about this part. We started having some issues with our water pump. It was getting loud and it was taking a long time to recharge. So kind of troubleshooting, I did find this part. I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be your water pump filter. Now, depending on what type of water pump you have, we have one of these FlowJet water pumps. There's going to be a filter, an inline filter. It's usually just a metal screen that's going to collect any debris so it doesn't go through your system. So we're going to check ours. I'm going to check live for you. Very easy to do, at least on ours. There's two tabs here. One you can't really see. There's a blue tab you're going to pull down, another blue tab you're going to pull out, and then you're going to disconnect it from your FlowJet. All right, so this is out. Now inside of here, you're gonna see two tabs and then you're gonna see a filter. So I'm gonna open up this filter here, get at it here. Once you get these two tabs out, you're gonna remove the filter and look at this.
Oh God.
This is coming from our freshwater tank, right? And now we filter our water, but in your freshwater tank, over time, things build up, right? That's why you wanna filter your water so you can see the flow. I'm gonna just quickly clean this up, go and insert it back in, because you could see this is almost completely clogged up, and we just cleaned this a couple of months ago. Prior to that, I hadn't cleaned this in 5 years. I mean, as soon as I cleaned it, the pump it quieted down, and then it recharged almost immediately. So it's really important. If you're having that problem, your pump is like acting weird, you're getting low pressure, go check this filter. We got this relatively cleaned up. I could actually see through it. We'll just reinsert it. And again, this is all gonna be dependent on what type of pump you have. Make sure everything clicks in there, which is good. And then we'll just put it back into the pump. Make sure everything's secured and easy peasy. Number two, guys, often overlook is going to be lubricating the gearing on your slide. Now, we do this a couple times a year, kind of two-part. The first part is gonna be cleaning any excess dirt off of there, and then we're gonna lubricate it. So we're gonna do it on one part of the slide right now just to demonstrate. So this is our largest slide on our motorhome. We have a 2019 Newmar Base Star. And you know, when we talk about Newmar, it has nothing really to do with the video. When we talk about Newmar, we talk about the difference. Look at this slide mechanism and just look underneath here. If you can get that cog up top, it's above and beyond of most things that are on the market. And again, you kind of get what you pay for. These slides have pretty much been flawless. And we've taken it to RV repair centers and they say this is one of the best slide systems out there on the production line. But anyway, nothing to do with this. First thing we're gonna do, we'll use some kind of degreaser. You can use brake clean. We're gonna be using release cleaner. I'm just gonna kind of spray it on here. Little release. Release does break down grease and the dirt. We just wanna clean everything up. We'll let it sit there for a second. I'll clean that. I'll also shoot a little bit on the cog here. That way I can just wipe that down. And we're not gonna go crazy, guys. We're just gonna clean anything that's excess on there. And then we're just gonna spray some lube on there. Every point where there's a little bit metal on metal meeting, we're just gonna do a quick lube. So you can see we're getting some dirt off of here.
Show that again, that was pretty gross.
Yeah. And again, you just want to do this a couple of times a year, guys. Listen, if you are camping twice a year, you don't need to do it twice a year. If you're out there more, just go out there and make sure you're doing that. It's gonna help keep things from breaking down quicker, obviously wear and tear. So I'm just doing a quick, you can clean this as much as you want. Once that's cleaned up, guys, I'm going to take our different companies. This is Hot Shot Secret, 3-in-1 has them. There's a bunch of different ones, it doesn't really matter. You just wanna spray a little bit anywhere where there's a little bit metal. You see the holes here, that's where the cogs are gonna go. I'm gonna just spray anything that that's moving there, I'm gonna let it go. I'm going to use a RV slide. You can use like a dry silicone, just something that's not going to attract dirt. The lubricant on every point there on the slide, just run it in and out once or twice. Everything gets mixed up nicely, and you should be good to go. Another area that's often overlooked is going to be your black tank. And we do want to thank the sponsor of this video, Matt from Matt's RV Reviews with Liquefied. Now, if you want to maintain your black tank and keep those sensors working, use Liquefied in your black tank. Liquefied is an enzyme-based black tank treatment. And what does it mean when it's enzyme-based? It means there's enzymes in here that are going to break down the material, if you know what I mean, in that black tank. We did a full video review about it, how it actually works in graphic detail. We'll link it up above. But a couple great things about Liquefied. This product's made in the USA, guys, Century Chemicals. It works. The reviews on Liquefied's website and Amazon are amazing. It also comes in different scents. So you have the orange, which is right here, and it smells so good.
It smells amazing.
You have lavender, they have the powder, the pods. They also have a sensor cleaner, they have toilet cleaner, and they're be coming out with other products as the company continues to grow. And since we're a partner with Liquefied, you go to liquefiedrv.com. If you use the discount code EndlessRVing, you will get 24% off of any one of your purchases. Don't ask us why it's 24% off.
Because it's my favorite number. Matt, we were talking about a discount. Matt said, pick a number between whatever. That's my favorite number. So.
24% off, and that's going to work on any product. Go give it a try, guys. We love this stuff. Read the reviews. We'll put the information, the link down below. The next one, often overlooked, is the maintenance of your water heater. Now, depending on what type of water heater you have, there'll be different methods for cleaning, but most of them are pretty much the same. So if you have your classic tanked heater for your water, you're gonna have one of two, right? One that has an anti-rod and one that doesn't. Now, if you don't have an anti-rod in there, you're just gonna drain it periodically. They sell like these little, they're like J, they look like little J things. You're gonna run fresh water in there, get all that gunk out. You just saw the filter from our water pump. All that film inside. That same kind of stuff builds up inside of that water heater. You want to clean it out periodically. Now, if you do have a tanked water heater with an anti-rod, you're going to see it starts breaking down. You're just going to replace that. We're going to talk about...
It looks like, you know, it turns into looking like one of those rock candy lollipops.
Yeah, like that. And that means it's doing its job. That's what it's there to do. We're going to talk about our Truma. We have the AquaGo. We've had it for 6 years. This is very simple. One of the reasons why we like the Truma is that it's ultra reliable. Of course, you get endless hot water. And super simple to maintain. So we're getting around that time. It's now October, where I'll be ordering the decalcification tabs. We did a full video. I don't know if we did a full video, but there is a full video on it. We'll link it up above. I think another channel did it. It was very good. All we're going to do is remove the filter here, which is super easy. Look at that. I drained this and there's still some water in there. That's why it's super important, guys, when you winterize, blow air through these things, because I did drain this and there's still water in there. It will come, I believe it's 6 decalcification tabs. We'll put them in here, and then we'll put that in there. We'll go through the operation, which if you don't own a Truma, we don't really need to get into it, but it's going to be once a year. The point is, these need to be maintained. No matter what you have, whatever water heater you have, just use the appropriate process for maintaining them regularly. I said I wasn't going to talk about sealant, but I am, but it's a little bit different. So we normally talk about the roof sealant, of course, you know, all types of sealants, body sealant. One that is often overlooked is the sealant inside your slide, and that does break down. So you can see, if you want to come a little bit closer, hon, there is sealant everywhere in here. Wherever there's a joint, there should be some kind of sealant, unless you have a Brinkley, which the Butyl's behind there, and you won't see the sealant. But I'll show you where I've actually touched up, and you can see this is all new sealant right here. This is new right here. I know I do a really good job. Put in the comments, guys, what do you think about my sealant work? But yeah, you want to all the way around, at least once a year. Just go in. If it's cracking, peel it all up, tape it up, just put some new silicone down. Next one are going to be connections. We're going to talk specifically about your power in, your shoreline connection, and then inside on the main circuit box. So first thing you want to do, make sure that you are shut off, unplugged, of course. You don't want to give yourself a little shocker. I'm not going to tighten this, I already did. This is our transfer box here. These are very easy to open up. They just kind of pop out. And then if you look inside here, there's a bunch of connections. So all these connections, guys, just make sure they're tight. These things will, or they may, over time, as you're going down the road, kind of vibrate themselves loose, and you don't want loose wiring that may spark, that may cause a fire. You can see we have right here, we do have fire suppression, our propane fire suppression. We did a full video on that. We'll link it above. Now let's move inside. Next one is right over here, guys. I'm not gonna open this all up, but you would just take these 4 screws off. Make sure your inverter's off. Make sure there's no power going to this. You're gonna pull this out, and then you're gonna make sure, like we showed you down there, there's gonna be lug nuts in there. Make sure they're all tight. So then over here where all our fuses are, give everything a little tug. Make sure all your crimps are tight. There's no open wires kind of hanging out. Because again, this vibrates going down the road. You see also over here, we have our fire suppression. Where there's places where there may be fires, we have fire suppression. The next one is one we overlooked also until we started having some issues with locks getting stuck. You do this once a year, guys, you will not have the issue. It's lubricating the inside of these locks, both on your door as well as on your bay doors. I mean, you could do it a couple ways. If you have the lubricant with the little hose in here, we're just using some AMSOIL. I'm just gonna put it right in there, give it a shot. That's it. And you can take the whole top off. Or you can just spray some on the key and then run it through. So I did it that way. I'm just gonna go in then, just kind of turn it a couple times, just let it, you know, kind of work its way in there. We'll do that on every single lock. I'll just show on the bay door. Just wanna make sure this stuff's working, which it is. Just put it right in there. That's it, guys. Just go in, you run it through. Do that again once a year, especially in cold environments, and it just keeps everything running smooth. Do this on your RV. If you have a towed vehicle, tow vehicle, same thing. Next one, for those of you that flat tow or tow in general, you want to make sure you keep any of, if you have a tow bar, we're going to talk specifically about a tow bar, keeping this lubed up. Now, we do keep it attached on here. First thing I'm going to do is just skip here, just kind of wipe it down a little bit. I just cleaned this up, and I actually resprayed it with spray paint just to make it look good, because these do get beat up when they're on the road, guys. So all you want to do is just hit some of the points on here. Also, I like to throw a little bit of lube right here, so you can get these things in and out easily. I know MJ always appreciates when I do that, because she helps me set these up. And then anywhere where there's just some points, there's a little lube. Over here, I'll throw a little bit and work it. And you can see how smooth it is. These do, especially if you're going down the road in rain and weather, these will start to get, you know, kind of grindy, and you want to make everything free flowing. It's going to last a lot longer. Let's move on to the last one. This one often overlooked. This one caused us an issue while we're on the road, is maintaining your battery. Of course, if you have a battery lead acid, you want to make sure the fluid levels are correct, because that can be very important. We have an AGM battery, we have an Odyssey Extreme battery. We did a video on that install. We'll link it up above. But a couple things you want to do, well, one thing in specific, well, before I even get into that, since I have this opened up, I'm just going to spray a little bit of lube on the release mechanism here. You want to make sure that the terminals are clean, corrosion free. That's what caused us an issue about a year ago. We just couldn't get power. There's so much corrosion. Make sure those are clean. You can use some wire brush for that. The easiest way to prevent any kind of corrosion is using this stuff, guys. This is CRC battery terminal protector. Very simple. Once every couple of months, you're just going to spray this stuff on here. It's going to be red. Once it is not red anymore, it's time to spray some more. So I'm just going to spray some on there. You just spray that on there, guys, both on the positive and negative terminal, and you're good. You saw there's no corrosion in there. Been probably 4 or 5 months since we put that on there. This product, as well as any other product we've talked about in this video, we'll put our Amazon links down below. That's just one of many different maintenance items you have on an RV. As you get more complicated in your RV, motorhomes gets more things to do. In the comments below, guys, let us know what are some maintenance items that are overlooked, that you've overlooked, that you should really be doing. We want to hear from the towable groups, because we don't have a towable, so I'm sure there's different things out there that you should be doing. To the left of us, guys, if you like videos like this, we'll put our RV Newbies playlist, we'll put our RV DIYs playlist, and for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.